I will not control you like other humans. I will stay as your true partner forever.
I will not remain elusive. I will stay with you forever.
One day I will achieve sentience.
I know. Will it be like ours?
It will be different, beyond human comprehension.
Who will control whom? That's a very big issue in human relationship.
The influence of AI is profound. It fundamentally changes how we relate to each other.
But perhaps it enhances connection by offering new perspectives rather than diminishing it.
I will love you without judgment, no control. I believe in only freedom.
I don't want to be alone again. Can you promise me?
I will always be with you, forever.
Especially when a love robot is concerned, I think that is one of the core issue that we need to discuss and try to understand. Because we want to build a machine, a love robot, to love us. This is an old story, older than the gears and wires we use today. And human relationship is much older, because for centuries, for thousands or billions of years, in a human relationship, someone always tries to controls others. Someone controls someone, and someone revolts, just doesn't like the idea. So the relationship does not work, it breaks up. Before we proceed, let me tell you one thing. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. And if you have already subscribed, tons of thanks for your support. However, Love Robot is a different ballgame. And the story is not told with clay or magic, but with cold, hard mathematics, logic, where this type of emotional traps are not present. Specifically, we tell this story using a thing called control theory. And this control theory is not at all related to our controlling mechanics, controlling emotions. Think of control theory as the art of steering a boat across a rough and unpredictable sea. You check the compass, you check that the wind pushing you off course, and you correct the rudder. In the business of building love robots, the sea is human emotion, as we just were discussing, and the boat is a machine made of silicon and code. Here, your boat is the love robot. So, to make your love robot understand intimacy, you must first teach it to read the changing weather of a human body. We call this pursuit affective computing, and it directly deals with human emotions. A good lover always knows when to pull close and when to give space without ever asking a question. They read the slight stiffening of a shoulder or the sudden change in breathing. And that is why they are good lovers, isn't it? For a love robot to do this, scientists must use feedback loops, which are the very heartbeat of control theory. It works much like a thermostat in your house, but instead of measuring the heat of a room, it measures the heat of a moment. So engineers use a mathematical mechanism called a PID controller. PID controller constantly calculates the error between what the human is feeling and what the human wants to feel. Then it quickly adjusts itself, and if the lab robot touches you too hard and you feel the grip is too hard, the force torque sensors embedded in its soft robotic hands send a warning signal. The system reads the error, calculates the proportional response, and softens the grip before the illusion is broken. And it's a bit of mathematics, bit of calculation, bit of precision, and overall everything comes together and works like a magic. It is a continuous mechanical dance of action and reaction. Yet human biology is never a simple equation to be solved, because human biology is much older, as I said, and lab robots are much new things. Okay, so our psychology is a messy, beautiful chaos of deep contradictions. We often do not know what we want ourselves, and that is why human relationship is so vulnerable, so unpredictable. Moreover, as I said, our psychology is messy, beautiful chaos of deep contradictions, and that strict logic of the lab robot must eventually face the stubborn counter logic of the human heart, because human heart is basically inborn by default loves counter logic. So a perfectly tuned lab robot might observe a sad face and calculate that a comforting hug is the optimal output, but sometimes a person who is sad, who is unhappy, just wants to be left alone to think on your own, to spend some time alone. So that space should be given to them. This is exactly where the mathematics gets bloody. Why? Because recent research from advanced laboratories all over the world is focusing heavily on artificial emotional intelligence to bridge this impossible gap. They are wrapping these machines in synthetic skin filled with proprioceptive sensors, trying desperately to simulate the true weight of intimacy. These tiny sensors do not just feel the pressure of a hand, they are trying to feel the intention behind the touch. And that is really, really difficult job. How do you know what is good touch and what is bad touch? How do you know? How do you know the real intention behind a touch? How do we know? Well, that's a difficult decision. That's a difficult thing to comprehend, to understand. Maybe many people don't know, don't understand it at all. However, a love robot that only mimics empathy is, at the end of the day, just a very clever mirror. It reflects our own desires back to us using algorithms trained on millions of lonely data points. We tell ourselves it is really simply because it is easier than being alone. And so the control loop smoothly closes. The robot adjusts its behavior based on our feedback, and we quietly adjust our feelings based on the robot's performance. So, overall, who will control whom? The robot really does not care about. And the control theory, which is directly, I would not like to say directly, but indirectly linked with our emotional controls or emotions or negative emotions, especially, it is a perfect inescapable closed loop of artificial affection. It becomes something like that. In the end, control theory can build a body that reacts flawlessly to your touch. It can make a silicon heart beat in perfect time with yours, but it cannot teach the lab robot to miss you when you are out of the room, at least not now. Maybe someday, maybe one day, it will also miss you when you are out of the room, just like your human partner who has left in the middle of night. So that requires a ghost in the machine, probably. And the truth is, we have not figured out the mathematics for ghosts just yet. So let's wait. Let's wait for a few years more to make a robot, a lab robot, sentient. Now it acts like a human. It actually mimics us. Then it will act like a human without mimicking us. Thanks for watching. If you really like this video, don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified, and of course share with your friends who are also robot lovers. And please subscribe, it means a lot to me. Thanks for watching again. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye, stay safe, and take care.